So what we're doing is we're doing a recast. So I think everyone's familiar with the concept of Hollywood running out of ideas every once in a while, and they decide to recast movies. So there's 1,500 versions of Little Women. There's about 6 different versions of Spider-Man, and so on. And they keep making the same movies again. So we thought it would be fun if we got a chance. If we were Hollywood executives, who would we cast in our favorite movies or movies that we would think could be recasted, or it's about time they could be remade again?
So I'm going to start at my number 5, and I'm going to recast the role of the Terminator, so Arnie's character in what I would just really say Terminator and Terminator 2. So I'm going to recast Arnie's character with Gina Carano, and she's a Terminator because I just think she has the gravitas, and I think she has the power and the on-screen presence to just absolutely pull it off. And I think if you're going back to the original Terminator, 1984, where Arnie's chapping on the door, or the Terminator's chapping on the doors, looking for all of the Sarah Connors, I think Gina Carano could look proper 80s and absolutely pull it off credibly. So I think that's my recast. So if I'm going to recast her at my number 5, or recast Arnie with Gina Carano, I'm going to recast Sarah Connor. So if you can imagine Sarah Connor, I'm going to recast if the Terminator is now like a female character, then Sarah Connor's a male character, and that's going to be Kevin Hart. So, and I know it sounds I know it sounds a little bit kind of
not sure about that.
No, listen, I get it because Linda Hamilton's obviously a beloved. Oh
no, I don't mean that.
I just think he's more known for his comedy roles, though, isn't he?
I get it, but I think Hollywood has a history of taking comedic characters and then all of a sudden making them super serious. The thing that the one guy that comes to mind just now is Ray Romano, who does an awful lot of serious stuff.
It's very true.
And you're watching Everyone Loves Raymond. And I'm not saying Kevin Hart plays it funny. I'm saying he plays it like straight.
Yeah.
So it's taken that kind of thing, and it's just one of those roles. And there must be like, and I know there's loads and loads of actors who have taken their comedic role and played it straight. So I'm saying Kevin Hart plays it straight. So he's that guy. He's in that diner. He's that waiter, and he's the one that somehow produces.
I think he might actually pull off.
Definitely wish I'd seen it.
I can also
definitely
imagine
wish I'd seen a graphic for that.
About the guy, about him just going like, "You ordered the scrambled eggs. You told me the scrambled eggs." I don't know. Just can see that.
Yeah, it's definitely. But he has to be who he is. I'm not asking him to be. I'm asking him to be innocent at the beginning, but be an absolute, father of the leader of the revolution. In the end,
flip it around. He's John Connor, and the child's going to be Sarah Connor.
Say it again.
You could flip it around where he's John. She's instead of the Terminator looking for Sarah Connor, she's looking for John Connor, and he's going to have a child.
I think
Sarah Connor. You also have to
Terminator
as well.
I think Terminator's complicated enough without.
It is, but I just think that is like, if you're going to do something, if you're going to flip the script, let's give it a right good flipping. So I thought if I'm going to change who the Terminator is, I'm going to change who Sarah Connor is. So anyway, that's my Sarah Connor's going to be Kevin Hart.
Like it.
On to my number 3, Simon Connor. Yes. Yeah.
Simon says.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to my number 3. Now, listen, granted, this is with a couple of hours' notice, and that's not your fault. I don't want you guys to feel guilty because of this. It's me that kind of jumped in at the last minute. But I was given a couple of hours. So I have this fondness of 1966 Batman.
Oh, yes.
Right. and hundreds.
I'm
and
liking
hundreds
your
of,
thoughts.
Hundreds and hundreds of folk. Right, they're full on like, oh, I'm taking Adam West out of it completely, and I'm sticking in Idris Elba.
Oh,
Idris.
hang a minute. For the same type of Batman?
No. It's not for the exact same type of Batman. No, there is a definite element of seriousness to it. So there's a definite change. It's not like he's not as, and I'm not going to say like 66 Batman's ridiculous, but you might think he might be ridiculous. But I just want him to bring it, to give it a little bit of Shakespeare, to give it a little bit of.
Have you seen him as Brixton in Hobbs and Shaw?
Aye, yeah.
That's kind of what I'm imagining.
Yes, yeah. There's something along, like, I think he can see the goofiness of it.
Yeah,
and he does change it. He does change the 66 Batman style, but the rest of it remains as ridiculous as it is. But Idris Elba just brings that, what he brings to it, and it's.
I like him. You
know when you see Christopher Reeve play Clark Kent and Superman, it's obviously the same person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we're watching the 66 Batman and it's Idris Elba as Bruce Wayne and as Batman, it is obviously the same person, but we as the audience are the only people who can see it, and no one in the TV show can see it at all. They would actually say, "What are you even talking about? I can't believe Bruce Wayne's Batman." That's the kind of thing I'm going for. But Idris Elba brings this gravitas and this seriousness and just this big acting chops.
Are you sure? Are you sure you've shook all this COVID, James? You don't seem yourself.
I may or may
There's
not.
something different about you.
Sounds fever dreamish, but okay.
Yeah, okay. The drugs are really kicking in with James here, by the way.
So that's my number 3. That is my number 3. So number 2. Initially, I was going to recast Hooper from Jaws.
Hooper.
Hooper, absolutely. So my recast of Hooper from Jaws, which I came up with by myself, but I have to say Gillian and Faith come up with the other 2, which I was quite pleased at, because I wasn't going to recast the movie, but because they just chucked it in, I was just like, oh, right, that's fine. So I was going to go Leslie Jones for Hooper.
Leslie Jones,
okay.
That again.
I can see that.
Leslie Jones, yeah, because I think, Leslie Jones, she's in Ghostbusters. She plays Patty in Ghostbusters.
Is that the main character? Or
No,
is that the kind
character.
of Spengler type?
No, she's not Spengler. No, that is McKinnon.
Character.
Yeah, she's more than she's Winston Fillmore's character.
She's every woman, every man, every person, woman character.
Yeah, she works the subway.
Mm-hmm.
She works the subway. She doesn't know anything about ghosts,
she's
but
good.
She knows everything about.
She's in that movie with her in it.
It's 2020. She played a psychiatrist. Psychiatrist?
That's right.
Psychologist.
She was.
Death of 2020. So
she was.
I like Leslie Jones quite a lot. I do. I think she's
good.
She's funny. Good actor. So
I like her a lot.
And I think probably Brody's our everyman. But I also think Hooper is too, to a certain degree. I think she's got the knowledge and she can be the everyman.
Yeah.
Also.
That's true, yeah. I mean, Hooper's got more knowledge about the situation, whereas Brody's he's coming in, he's like, right lads, what we doing? As opposed to Hooper, who knows he doesn't know what fins are. That kind of thing.
I know. So on that subject, and I was going to finish my recast in there because all I was going to do was just recast one character, but then Gillian said that Quint could be Johnny Depp, could be played by Johnny Depp, and I was like,
good one. I like that.
I think I could see that happen. And then,
if it wasn't for the fact his career's going nosediving.
Well, Faith, who is my kind of guiding star when it comes to this, or if I'm navigating these kind of awkward scenarios, assures me, it's all right to say that Johnny Depp, blah blah blah, because it wasn't him, and people are manipulating this and that and the next thing. So I agree.
By the way, put my neck out there, but
It's sinking
got a-
faster
I've
than
got
at the end of Jaws.
I've got a huge love for Johnny Depp, and I agree.
Aye.
I think it's been very
So,
manipulated.
and she's
by...
and you literally cannot sit here and take a spoon of curried beans without faith, like having everything checked out. You know, it's so. If she says it's all right, then as far as I'm concerned, we are all right.
Good saber skills as well.
Oh,
in her
absolutely, yes, yeah. She's been quite enjoying the old
Good saber
lightsabers.
skills.
So,
Yeah, definitely.
so we're going to go. Johnny Depp was Quint, and then Gillian said at the last minute, "Do you know what? Why don't you?" She said, "Why don't you go Tom Hardy as Brody? Let's just recast a lot." And I'm just like, I can see Tom Hardy being that guy, but being tough enough at the end in order to do that. Him going through that kind of transformation.
I can see him shoveling the chum as well.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it. And I've kind of sneakily snuck in 3 recasts there.
Don't worry, I've done the same with mine.
And he's got pictures.
So listen, this my number one, and the reason it's my number one is because it's my favorite. And growing up as a kid, James Bond was a huge thing. Not everyone, but a lot of people do say that Idris Elba would be a good James Bond, blah blah blah, and I like that, and I think possibly he could be a good James Bond, but that's not who I'm recasting. What I'm recasting, because my Bond is Roger Moore, unequivocally Roger Moore, and one of my favorite Bond films is The Man with the Golden Gun. So I'm recasting Roger Moore in The Man with the Golden Gun with John David Washington. So Denzel Washington's son from Tenet, obviously.
Oh, he's good.
And I think, but do you know John David Washington? He's in Ballers.
Is the Tenet?
He's the main guy from Tenet.
I mean, the protagonist. That's his name in Tenet.
I haven't seen Tenet. I don't know who. I don't know. I don't think I've seen any of his movies, actually, to be honest.
To be fair, Christopher Nolan doesn't really do characterization, and I think you'd agree with me there. Tenet is not exactly a
study on character.
No, he doesn't do well-rounded character studies, does he?
But
it's all about the idea and the concept.
Having watched John David Washington in Ballers for 5 seasons, he becomes quite beloved, and a very enjoyable character to watch. And you think, well, he plays right alongside, The Rock's character. Yeah. But for him, I don't know if you're familiar with The Man with the Golden Gun, if you're familiar with, the martial arts scene, you're familiar with the Sheriff J.W. Pepper.
That guy.
And he's just like, kind of rootin' tootin', the kind of, anyway, I don't want to say too much about him, but he's obviously a bit racist, well, extremely racist. But for having the two of them kind of play off each other in certain scenes, and him calling out.
Aye, is he not in Live and Let Die as well?
He's in a few of them, yeah. J.W. Pepper, because if you look up on IMDb, they'll tell you J.W. Pepper returns as that character.
In fact, Sloan, is he not in Cannonball Run with his son? Or am I getting mixed up with something?
Probably not. No.
It's not.
I think he plays.
Junior.
Smoking a
Junior.
Buford T. Justice played by Jackie.
Gleason.
Jackie.
So it is, but it's a similar type of character, isn't it? That type of kind of goofy, not goofy,
Southern.
But, Aye.
Yeah.
So much like how I've got Idris Elba playing like a fairly straighter Batman and Bruce Wayne, I definitely have John David Washington playing a straighter, and I'm not saying, because Roger Moore was really, really straight.
Mm-hmm.
He did have that. The only thing was like his eyebrow, which kind of told you he was poking fun at everything. But John David Washington might do that a little bit, but he's definitely been a lot straighter than Roger Moore. So
I remember.
I was looking at his
IMDb. Do you remember the spitting image puppet of Roger Moore? Remember, it was just his eyebrows moved.
Oh, was it?
I don't remember. No, he acted with his eyebrows. Mm-hmm.
I remember that too.
So,
No, really?
but I have to say that whole thing's been influenced by 5 seasons of Ballers.
I need to watch
so
that. Actually, I've heard good things about it.
It is good. It's good. It's funny, and it's just like, oh my gosh, that person's in this.
Yeah.
That person's in this. That person's in this.
Yeah.
And John David
What's it-
Washington is brilliant in it. It was on Sky Atlantic, so I don't know what you would get it on.
Is that right? Okay. I don't know if I'll get it then.
Yeah. Russell Brand's in it also.
Is he?
Laterally. Yeah. It is a good TV show. And I'm not into American football at all. I know you like it, Sloan.
Sloan is.
Yeah, but it's heavily revolves around American football.
Okay.
Aye. I don't know how the Rock manages to have enough time to do everything he does. Because he's a producer as well in that, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's heavily involved in it.
He played for CFL. In the CFL.
Did he?
Canadian Football League.
Aye.
So there we go.
If you like this video, hit the old like button and please share on social media as well, because it really helps the channel. And if you like timely reminders of when we put a new video up, then consider subscribing by hitting the old subscribe button and the notification bell, and YouTube will work its wonderful algorithms and you'll get notification of when we put a new video up. But other than that, I think that's us. We're good.
Indeed.
Thank you, everyone, for your suggestions. Jody, for showing us up for the graphics. And we'll catch you in the next video.
Cool.